They are correct in that when the army is being deployed, the permission of the parliament, approval of parliament must be sought. Yes, that's the law. But they are forgetting the details of this kind of operation. This operation, the military has been sent there to support the National Police Service, to support the National Police Service. It is not an operation that is being undertaken independently by the Kenya Defence Forces. It is where it is independently being run by the Kenya Defence Forces that you need the approval of Parliament. This deployment is not an independent deployment of KDF. It is a deployment of KDF to support the National Police Service. And it's always important to put things in context. Remember what happened under the Uhuru regime. The police air wing was moved to the military. So as we speak, the police have no air wing of their own. So that when they go to an operation, such as in those bandit-ridden areas, when they can even see that there is a problem at a certain place, they are not able to send air support because they do not have air support of their own. So understanding in that context, the Minister of Interior and the Cabinet Secretary and so on have then saw it wise that they need to send the military to go and support the police service. So there is a distinction.
What part of the Constitution?
The law,
just hold on,
when you have a law, there are certain qualifiers. The qualifier here is that it's not an independent
speaking about the Constitution.
So you do not require parliamentary approval. What part of the Constitution
supports the deployment of KDF to support the National Police Service without the approval of Parliament?
It is when it is not an independent operation of KDF requires parliamentary approval. When the KDF is going in to support the National Police Service...
Which law are you reading? Which section of the Constitution are you reading to support that?
If you look at Article 241, the one you read, it talks about when when the army is deployed. Yes.
Yes.
And I think Atiku, if you
just call me Sam.
I'll call you Sam. Yeah, my Kalenjin accent is coming in. You remember in 2008, the same operation was done. So there is a practice.
That was before the new constitution.
Yes, but even then in 2008, the deployment was to support the police. Police
that's what I'm asking.
So, and in this case,
I don't have a problem with that.
I think, like I said, we've reached a point where we want to pick hairs on everything, forgetting what we want to try and achieve. You're forgetting the context that they don't have any air support. When the CS was in a certain region and they could see bandits across, the police were not able to send air support because they had none. Because all of it is in the army at the moment. 100 civilians have been killed. 16 police officers have been killed, including a young man from Uasin County. Do you think we are going to start picking hairs now and saying we have... the law, you're creating your law as you go ahead. There is no law that prohibits. There is no law that prohibits the army being sent to support. The army has been sent sometimes to support to distribute food. Army has been sent sometimes to build bridges where there has been floods. The army has sometimes been sent to go and help evacuate people where there has been a sinking vessel in the sea. Yes, without the approval of Parliament, because they are supporting the Coast Guard or they are supporting another institution. The army every day supports.
That's accurate.
Yes.
And 241(3)(b) says, the defense forces shall assist and cooperate with other authorities in situations of emergency or disaster and report to the National Assembly whenever deployed in such circumstances.
The death of 100 civilians is not an emergency?
No. I'm reading. Okay. What you're saying, a sinking vessel, that's an emergency or a disaster. And
so is the death of 100 civilians and 16 police officers.
And the Law Society of Kenya, which you're a member of, says that that doesn't qualify to be an emergency, neither a disaster. And their reading is that is 241(3)(c), that may be deployed to restore peace in any part of Kenya affected by unrest or instability only with the approval of the National Assembly.
That is a matter of interpretation. Already the CS has notified Parliament of his decision to send the KDF to support the IG. If this is the first time this issue is being raised, let it then be taken to court. The court will interpret the law. The LSK obviously has its own interpretation. And remember, when we talk about LSK, we have a council and we have a team that normally makes that decision. They don't refer to us. If they had referred to me, I'd have probably given them a different interpretation. Okay. But in any case, currently we know lives are being saved. I don't think the court is going to halt the operations of KDF in going to save lives. It's not going to do that. It's not unreasonable, because it also realizes that sometimes expedience is the most important thing. Let us save lives first. Okay. So, and if it's a matter of interpretation, let it go to the court. Let the court give it an interpretation. And if we find that interpretation cuts us in such a thin jacket that we'll not be able to save lives, then we will amend the law. That is life.
Senator Nyonka,
so nothing is lost about it.
I'm listening.